It's so important that you guys get control over your lust, because if you don't, you will live like a fucking sheep for the entire rest of your life. You're gonna be another sheep. Too many of those. We need more men who actually step the fuck up and lead by example. So, let's start with how it changes your perception of women. Okay? How it changes your perception of women. When you're a slave to lust, you look at women and you subconsciously put them on a pedestal. You perceive them just by default as better than and more valuable than you. Because you're such a slave to your impulses and your desires that you feel like they have something I want. So this subconsciously puts you at this chronic disadvantage where you feel like you're the one trying to get something. I want to get something from them. And you know what kind of energy that gives off? Like a crackhead. You're like a fucking crackhead who needs his crack. You come up to them, you want to talk to them. She can just smell the needy little bitch on you. She's, because most women, they don't see guys that they respect very often, because most of you guys are like this. You're very dependent on some kind of outcome. Anytime you interact with them, you need something from them. You need it to go somewhere, and they can feel that off you. It's just, it's icky. It's very repelling. So, when you don't have control over your lust, you just give off this weak-ass, needy-ass, repelling-ass energy. And let me tell you this. You only look at the physical. That's the problem with you guys. You only look at the physical. Most of you guys, you're just looking for a shape. You're looking for a figure. When you're still in that lustful mindset, you're beating off all the time. You're looking at porn like a fucking loser. You look at women, all you see is their physical appearance, and that's enough. All you do is qualify them on their looks. That's it. She can have shitty-ass energy. She could have been ran through by the whole town, but as long as she looks okay, that's enough for you, right? Standards so fucking low because your standards for yourself are so fucking low. Sad. When you get control over lust, you stop watching porn. You stop playing with yourself. You stop being a thirst trap liking little fuck. Guess what happens? You start to have the veil removed from your consciousness, and you look at people and you see them for more than just what they look like. Okay? You feel their energy more deeply. A sense of discernment is what you cultivate. Energetic spiritual discernment. What does that mean? You actually feel their intentions. You actually feel their energy. Okay? You start to think, well, what kind of mindset do these beings have? Because I've said this before, I don't give a fuck what a woman looks like. Because looks don't mean shit. Looks mean absolutely nothing if you have piss poor energy. Because you guys will be with a woman just because she looks a certain way. Whereas me, I often find that the women who are quote unquote the most attractive, the bad bitches, or so they call themselves, the 10 out of 10s, they're the most narcissistic, self-centered. They have these huge fucking egos because they're so used to you losers validating them all the time because of what they look like. And so here's the thing. It's like, if she has bad energy, it's let's say you're with a woman that looks good. When you have the discernment within yourself, you've actually been holding on to your seed, you're respecting yourself, you're not a slave to lust. What happens is, it's almost like you can smell her spirit. You can smell it. So if you're with a woman who looks good on the outside, but she smells like tuna and diarrhea and garbage, do you still want to mess with her? Okay, that's what it's like when you're a man who has fucking discernment, energetic discernment, and she has an impure spirit. You can't get over the smell. You just can't get over the smell. When you interact with them, when you look at them, you can just feel this off them, okay? And you're going to find that most of them ain't there, just like most men aren't shit. Most of you guys are fucking acting like degenerates. Most women are right there with you, okay? Most people don't have a whole lot going on, and they're focused on superficial fuckery. Lust, hooking up, fun, pleasure. Who trying to match, bro? Who trying to drink, bro? All this fuckery you guys do that just keep you in this sheep-ass mentality. And let me tell you this, you guys are so easy to manipulate too. You guys who don't have control over your lust, you're so easy to manipulate. Holy shit. She could just text you for like a few days and she already can tell you're soft as tissue paper. Oh, wraps you around her fucking finger with looks. Just looks alone. You know how weak that makes you look? How fucking weak that makes you look? When she knows her beauty holds that much power over you and you'll just do anything. Like, you guys are so soft. It's so sad. But I don't blame you guys because society conditions you, most people, to be that way. They want you to be slaves to lust because you know what? When you're a slave to lust, you're easy to control. You're easy to manipulate. You're easy to be herded into a certain direction that the masses, that the elites want you to go in. Lust keeps you in your lower nature. Keeps you from ascending in your consciousness and actually seeing life through an elevated perspective. You're living in this animalistic primal urge of just indulging in pleasure, what feels good, okay? So let me tell you guys, people ask me, where did I really start? Where did I really start doing the shit that I do today? Started with getting my body in shape, but more than that, getting lust under control. Getting lust under control changed everything. I would not be here talking to you if I didn't get my lust under control. I wouldn't have built my own business if I didn't get lust under control. I wouldn't have made any of these fucking videos I made if I didn't get lust under control. You know why? Because when you're holding on to your sexual energy, you're not just like a little bitch. Every fucking like a little bitch. You know what? You charge up your aura. That's life force energy. And a whole lot of you guys, you don't want to hear this because you want to validate your addiction, your addiction to self-pleasure. Oh, you're going to get prostate cancer. But you know what? When you hold on to that energy, you're going to feel the fucking difference. You'll feel the fucking difference. The change in your drive, the change in your energy, the strength of your aura, and it'll only be the losers who are addicted to self-pleasure who are going to argue with us. Only you guys. So anybody who disagrees with this, you know what they're doing. That's it. That's what they're doing. Okay? And they don't like to hear that, oh, but it's good for me. It's good for me. Really? Smell like bitch in here. You guys don't understand. You guys, your energy is just, I can see it on one of you guys from a mile away. When you don't have control over your lust, it shows. When you have control over lust, you stand out like a sore fucking thumb. You stand out like a sore fucking thumb. You're fucking different. People feel a difference, not just women, but also men. If you want to learn more about this, go on my YouTube, type in Paul Bryson semen retention. I have many long form videos. One of the first things I made videos on was semen retention. Okay? Because that's when I started making content once I mastered that. That's when, oh, now I feel like I can share myself. Because I'm not insecure as fuck in my skin and scared of what everyone thinks about me because I'm such a low frequency fuck, depleting all my vitality, filled with all this subconscious guilt and shame that you can't avoid. You can't get away from that. Because your spirit knows it's destructive. It's harmful for you. No matter what your mind and what all the people around you try to convince you, oh, it's good for you. Oh, it's good for you. Your soul knows it's a fucking joke. That's why you feel guilty. That's why you feel shameful. That's why when you fuckers get around women, all your energy just goes up to your fucking head. You get so fucking self-conscious. You know why? Because subconsciously, you pedestalize the fuck out of them. Just what's between her legs holds so much fucking power over you, it just makes you turn into a fucking retard. You don't see shit clearly when lust is deluding you. You don't see shit clearly. You'll get into relationships with beings with horrible energy, horrible mindsets, and it comes back and it bites you in your ass. And sometimes that'll follow you for the rest of your life. If you end up marrying the wrong woman or having kids with the wrong woman, bro, fuck. All because you didn't have control over your lust. You're looking at it from a lustful perspective and not actually focusing on our internal qualities, which when you master your sexual energy and you actually hold on to it, you see above the veil. You see above the physical appearance. You see above the looks. You feel her energy, the The quality of her spirit, like I keep telling you, it's like a smell. You can just smell the Jezebel. She's got that Jezebel, which most of them do. You can smell if she's pure and unique and different, okay? Because most of you guys aren't unique or different. Most females aren't either. So that's the thing, guys. You're going to be a lone wolf. You're going to be differentiated. You're going to become set apart when you have control over lust, because you're not going to be like everyone else. You're not going to share their mindsets. You're not going to share their habits. You're going to have a different quality of energy that oftentimes is going to repel the people in your life who operate in a lower frequency. I've experienced this with all my family members, with ex-friends, all of it, okay? Your energy becomes different, and you no longer resonate with people who just stay stuck in that low frequency state, that low frequency mindset, low frequency habits. So you're going to be set apart. The more individuated you become, the less you're going to fit in with the norm in society. So the more individuated you become, the more you hold on to your sexual energy and you're different, that makes you way different than most guys or women. Way different. You're a lot different. There's something different about you, and everybody can feel it. Whether they like it, they find that attractive, or they can't stand it because it irritates all their demons. Either way, people feel a difference off you. So you're going to repel the people who aren't right for you, the friends who want to talk about chasing girls and going to parties. And subconsciously, everything they do is driven by, I want to get some. Like literally everything they do, everything they post, every activity, every party they go to, it's all just like they're just trying to get some. They're always thinking about lust. It's driving all their fucking behavior. That's why they don't get anywhere. You just operate in a higher state of consciousness when you have control over your sexual energy. And especially for you men, because men, when men give up sexual energy, they lose something. Okay, something comes out of you. You know what comes out of you? It holds all of your DNA, every single vitamin and nutrient in your fucking body. Life force energy. Life force energy could create a child. It's meant to create a child. So imagine what happens when you hold on to that and it grows within your body and it reabsorbs and nurtures your mind, your body, your spirit, and it charges up your aura. Imagine what happens when you're full of more life. It's literally life. You guys who drain that all the time, you are walking around like a fucking corpse. You're like an empty vessel that demons are just coming and getting a free ride on you because you have no vibrancy to your aura. There's no light inside of you. You're giving it all away for quick pleasure constantly. So you're just filled with darkness. So entities just control you like puppet on their strings. You guys are the ones who get mad at me the most. You're the bitch boys that I always call out. You're the ones who feel threatened by people who are doing things, even if it's your own friends. You're the guys who turn into haters when somebody starts stepping outside of your box because there's no light inside of you. You're just giving it all away. When you hold on to that, you fucking turn on the lights inside of your spirit. But I want you to understand this. Any addiction that you give up, could be anything, could be weed, could be food, could be self-pleasure, lust. When you give that up, what's going to happen is all the emotions, any trauma that you've been repressing, that you've been stuffing down and numbing and not feeling with that habit, it comes up to the surface. You stop pushing it down. It's like when you're doing these things, you're beating off, you're drinking, you're overeating, eating shit all the time to numb your feelings. It's like trying to push a basketball underwater. This trauma, this pain that you're experiencing, or this trauma, you just take it and you push it under the water. You push it under the water, and when you stop doing the thing, it means you stop pushing on it. It bounces up and hits you in your face. That's why you get hit with all these intense emotions, all this fear, this anger, whatever it is. That's the shit you've been repressing, bro. That's the shit you've been repressing. Now it's coming up to be felt. Without your little distraction, your habit, there it is. Are you going to fold? Yeah, now you have to deal with all that. That's the thing. You guys, you feel uncomfortable when you start giving up a bad habit. You think, ooh, and then the inner bitch gets in your mind. I've talked about the inner bitch. It gets in your mind and says, no, you need to, though. It's good to do it. once a week. You should at least do it once a week. You should do it at least once a week. You can't have too much energy inside of you. I look at guys, I've seen videos where guys, they make whole videos with hundreds of thousands of views talking about this. Like justifying how, I feel good when I retain my seed, but I feel like sometimes the energy's too much and it's good to release it here and there, like once a week. And I look at them. Just the eyes don't lie. Bro, when you've been giving up your sexual energy, there's just a look. Your eyes don't hold power. Your gaze holds no power. There's a certain I can't even describe exactly what it is. There's just a certain energy, a certain way you move your body, a certain speech pattern of a motherfucker who's been giving away his sexual energy because of impulses of lust. You just have a certain energy. It's like a certain entity has got its claws in your back and it makes you move and look and act a certain way. I can just see it. Okay? Holding on to this energy is going to push all that shit up. All that light is growing. It's going to push up the darkness that you've been repressing. You need to sit with that. You need to feel it. And here's the thing, guys. Fast from comforts. The more that you fast from comforts, the more you're going to face your true self, and the more quickly you're going to be able to resolve and get rid of any trauma or repressed emotions that you need to face. And here's just a little tip for you guys. Overconsumption and lust, they go hand in hand. Just keep that in mind. If you overeat, you're getting high all the time, that's going to increase your urges to indulge in lustful things. Just keep that in mind, because it gives you a surplus of energy. You don't know what to do with it, so then you just, the easy thing, just give it away like a fucking loser. Well, that's the energy you could have put into your business. You could have put into making content. You could have put into your body, but that's why you stay stuck. Go to your little fucking 9-to-5, come home, eat your fast food, beat off, play video games, like some thirst traps, and DM those girls that you're hoping will give you some, and they all know you're a bitch. They don't give a fuck, but they'll string you along to manipulate you to get your energy, because they like your energy, your free attention. They know you're a fucking loser. They don't want nothing to do with you. They can feel the lust. Because women are naturally very more intuitive than men. Okay, they have a bit more access to that spiritual side, so they can smell a bitch on you more than most of you guys can. They can just smell a bitch on you. Okay, they can just tell by your energy and the way you speak. Oh, you're needy, bro. Needy. Okay, that's why you guys stay stuck though, because you never get lust under control. So you just constantly repeat this fucking loop of trying to fulfill your desires and just rinse and repeat. Pleasure, then go down. Pleasure, then go down. It's like when you finally get control over this, your whole mindset, your whole mentality, and let me tell you this, it completely changes. Let me tell you this. When your standards for yourself increase, your standards for the kinds of things that you expect in life, that increases too. So this goes for your partners. This goes for behavior from other people. This goes for what you expect in your career, in your finances. Okay? It starts with mastering yourself. And I've said this before, it doesn't matter. I don't care how much you work out. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how big your muscles are. I don't care how many followers you have. If you don't have your lust under control, you ain't got shit. You don't have shit. Because that's a frequency ceiling that's so fucking heavy, you're never going to get past that. If you don't get over that frequency ceiling, you're never going to break through into the truly highest version of yourself that you could be. You're just not. You're just not. I don't care what you say. I don't care what kind of cope you want to come up with. What's wrong with pleasuring yourself? You need to do it here and there. Bitch. I can't imagine what kind of man would defend jacking off. I just don't understand. Tell that to your mom. Hey, Mom, Paul Bryson said it's not good, but I jack off every night. It's good for me, Mom. Tell your mom that. Tell your girl that you still watch porn and you jack off like a fucking loser, and she wonders why you can't stay up. Dumbass. You guys, you got to get your lust under control. You're not going to experience the highest quality of relationships, of life, because you're just going to feel like a shell of yourself. You can't get over the subconscious guilt and the shame. It affects your relationships. It affects how you communicate with people. It affects the kinds of things that you allow, what you subconsciously feel you deserve. You don't feel like you're worthy of better. When you're doing all these things that are showing yourself, I'm not worth more than a couple seconds of pleasure. My life force energy isn't worth more than a few seconds of pleasure. That just, you project that into your relationships. You don't feel like you're worthy of better. You don't feel like you've earned that. So when you attract toxic partners, or you attract drama and bullshit, on some level, you just accept that shit. You're like, you continue to engage with it and feed it because you feel like that's what you're worth. You have no fucking discernment. So you'll just attract all this fuckery into your life. And you guys blame the women. Oh, the women are all bad. Really? Really? The women are all bad? Really? Really? Let's look at what you do. Let's look at what you're doing. You're going to sit here and blame the women. You guys being fucking slaves to lust is the problem. That's why so many women are promiscuous in the way they are, because of you guys. They're not just like that. It's because you guys, that's what you're always validating. That's what you're always expecting. That's what you always want. That's all you qualify them on. So they feel like that's all I need to do. As long as I look good, that's all that matters. Because all these guys want me. They all want me because I look good. I can have shitty energy. I can be narcissistic as fuck. I can only care about myself. But as long as I look good and I post thirst traps, all the guys want me. And so when they meet you, as a guy who's been holding on to his sexual energy, and she can tell that her looks don't hold power over you, she's going to be like, that's unusual. I'm not used to that. Why isn't he validating me like all these other losers? Huh. She's going to be intrigued by that. But see, your discernment's going to be at a level where you're going to be able to differentiate who's worth your energy and who's not. And let me tell you guys right now, you're going to find out 99% of them are not worth your time. Almost all of them. But if you want to attract more partners, keep being a slave to lust. You'll just have low quality relationships. Just have low quality relationships. And you're going to be the guy that's easy to walk away from. You're the guy. There's nothing special about you, bro. I don't care. It does not matter. Okay? Women feel your energy, bro. They just feel your energy. They can feel that you're needy or if you're not. No matter how much money you make. No matter how big your muscles are. And please don't be that fucking guy who just tries to validate himself with only his finances or only what he's accomplished or what he's had, bro. Your fucking energy. Your spirits. What kind of... the mindset that you have. That's what actually sets you apart. That's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you harder to walk away from. You guys are so needy. When you don't have control over your lust, you're just needy. You can't help it. You need attention. You need sex. You need women. I don't need any of that. I don't need a texting buddy. I don't need to hook up. I don't need to get mine. I don't need any of that shit. And when I interact with somebody, they can feel that. He doesn't need anything from me. You guys, control over your energy will change your fucking life. It'll change your fucking life. And I want you guys to have better standards for yourself so you expect better things in life and therefore attract better things to you. Stop settling for less of you and you stop settling for less from life. But all you little copers, whoever's coping, I don't know, I'm not reading comments. I know somebody's in here coping, though. I know there's probably a couple of you guys coping. I don't even need to read your shit. I just know it. My spidey senses are tingling. I know you're coping, but we all see right through you, bro. Bitch. Oh, it's okay. It's normal. We see them all the time. We don't judge you for it because they're all over the place. That's the normal thing to be, is a bitch. A jack-off, slave to lust bitch boy who justifies watching other people fuck and then playing with himself to it. Yeah, that's really normal, bro. That's really manly. Yeah. You guys. If you guys want a course, I have a course in my community in the Level Up Club. Link is in my bio. I have a whole course on mastering your sexual energy and semen retention. If you need more help with that, I also have free videos on my YouTube. But you guys, you need to master that. If you don't master that, you don't have shit going for yourself. I don't care what you have going on. You don't have control over your lust. You've lost. You're losing. In my eyes, you're losing. And deep down, your spirit knows you're losing too. And the women that you try to meet, they know you're losing too. Bitch can smell the bitch on you. You might think that the stuff you have and your muscles and your money makes up for it. It doesn't. It doesn't.